So we came to the time where we're comparing, we're not comparing, but I'm trying to address the issue that I had yesterday with my Stealth Bomber bike, right? I was extremely upset for many different reasons. One reason was that I have not charged my Stealth Bomber battery for a very long time. It's been over 3 months or 3.5 months. That's not really good for the battery regardless. So I'm thinking what has happened was that day that even though the bike was charged at 84 volts, the battery didn't keep the charge. Now there's different reasons for that. One reason is because China's got bullshit cells and the battery doesn't keep the charge. You know, there are certain batteries where you charge it for 3 months. Well, you charge it, you let it sit for 3 months, and then you use it, and it's got a great discharge. Those are good, you know, Mali cells, Panasonic cells, or Samsung cells, C50s. You know, those are very good quality batteries. They'll hold the charge, just like a car battery. But then you have these shit cells that they sell in China, and they'll hold the 84 volt, but the minute you put under load or stress, that those cells, they kind of deplete itself really fast. In my case, it was maybe what, 8-10 miles, and I was done. Which usually I do 30 miles, or very aggressive riding, and I do 30 miles, which is decent. It's a 72 volt top charge, 84, nominal 72, and I can do aggressive riding for 30 miles. It's a 40 amp hour battery. So is E-Ride Pro. However, E-Ride Pro battery has a better discharge, obviously, which obviously I understand. So I'm shooting this video just to explain where I'm coming from, or what the hell was happening that day on the last video. Besides that, the fucking guy cutting me off for no goddamn reason, and you know, almost got me killed. I mean, God forbid I was going faster, or I didn't predict that he's going to make that left turn, because the car ahead of him going to Costco was actually kind of stuck on a sidewalk and wasn't moving, so that means that he wouldn't be moving. So if I have miscalculated the distance, I would have, you know, rear-ended him. Anyway, off the subject. So again, E-Ride Pro is a great bike. Stealth Bomber that I have, it's a fucking awesome bike. You know, Tony built it with me. I've helped a little bit, and he built it. I know the bike is fucking solid as hell. However, Tony doesn't have any you know, outcome or any opinion about the battery, because the battery is shit. I and Tony knew that the battery was shit, and we knew it's going to be a problem, and the battery is just weird that way. Even though it's got Bluetooth, it looks solid, looks legit, it ain't shit, okay? You know, unlike those guys coming out with the Mali cells that they have a discharge of 45 amp, you know, each cell. That's real juice. So again, I can't compare E-Ride Pro against Stealth Bomber, my Stealth Bomber, because first of all, the batteries are completely different. Secondly, E-Ride Pro is a mid-drive technology, and Enduro or Stealth Bomber is a rear hub, right? In order for me to push anything with rear hub, I have to push a lot of power, a lot of amps, good discharge. I don't have that, so I can't compare it. Both bikes go, you know, at 55, 60 miles an hour. That's not an issue, that's not a problem. Problem is that the Stealth Bomber, or so-called Enduro, takes longer to get to that 50, 55, 60 miles an hour. I've done 67 miles an hour with my Enduro, so I know it's the battery, it's not the motor, and the bike is awesome. Was I disappointed? Yes, I was. Why was I disappointed? I was disappointed because the problem is, I'm used to E-Ride Pro. I rode it for 3.5 months. I've done over 700 miles, and my expectations were the same with Enduro bike, which is literally physically impossible, because the components that I have in my Enduro bike are really weak. Okay, the motor is 5,000 kilowatts, which is awesome, and the battery is just shit. The controller is Kelly 7230S, which puts out 120 amps continuous, and 310 amps phase amps. So it is a great controller. Tony had racked it, and he has done over 67 miles an hour with that controller. And again, he's got a great battery, very expensive, but it's great battery. So I know that if I had a good battery, I will be able to hit my 67s and above with Kelly, and I will also have the torque. My Kelly is set at 50% rather than 90 or 100, where Tony was able to put his battery and his Kelly at 100%. The Kelly I'm running right now is actually Tony's Kelly, which again tells me that the Kelly can run 100% on his battery. However, it cannot run 100% on my battery, because if I put the bike anywhere near 80%, the battery shuts me down, the BMS fucking cuts off. So it sucks. Guys, remember, get a good, healthy battery, well built through responsible builders and good business organization. That's some Joe Schmo fly by business from my basement. That's that. And again, this video is it's solely the purpose of me explaining what had happened. I love my Enduro, I love my E-Ride Pro. These are two different beasts. I can't expect the same thing from E-Ride Pro or Enduro, because it's just completely different technology, different method of delivering the power. One has gear ratio, the other one has a hub motor that needs to wind up. Would I be able to get the juice and power and pickup and same gear ratio that E-Ride Pro has on my bike? Of course. I just need a great battery on my Enduro bike, and I don't have it, so I can't do it. It frustrates me. I'm used to great pickup. I'm used to gear ratio, rear sprocket. I'm used to that, and unfortunately, I haven't. I mean, I realize that, I understand it, but it's just I don't want to accept it. I can't accept it. Again, the biggest issue is my battery Enduro bike, and maybe one of these days I'll put out some cash and I'll put a good battery into my Enduro 50 amp hour battery, but that's not happening. So in regards to my E-Ride Pro, the plans are these, and mark my word, the way the battery is built and connected to a system is retarded. You can't troubleshoot it, it's very difficult, okay? There's a charge, there's a discharge, and there's a communication wire. This is what I have known so far. My communication wire in E-Ride Pro, if I disconnect it, the screen goes off, the light goes off, the headlight goes off, and the bike is not running. However, if I disconnect the screen from, not from the battery, but from the harness in the front, the bike runs as if nothing has been disconnected. That only tells me that I could use a different battery and pretty much not use the screen. So everything is pretty much doable. I can change the not necessarily harness, but the plug from the battery into QS8 and rack it that way. So again, the goal is to probably do a far driver or a Kelly. I don't think Kelly will be like the best thing, but I'm thinking it is, versus that I have so many problems with far driver tuning it, because again, there's no tune. If you are, I can't be pushing less than 680 face amps on far driver. There's an 850 and a 680. I'll take the 680 because I've seen Surons running on 680, and it's a 350. It's a 350 amps DC discharge on that, and if you have a good battery with that, you're going to be totally completely fine. So I'm thinking either or, either Kelly or far driver. So far right now, I know there's a far driver that is completely designed for your Suron. It has a nice finish to it, because if I put Kelly, it's going to stick out, not much because it's a small controller, But again, I'm going towards, and I'll put a picture up, I'm going towards Fodge Driver 680, 72680, because it has the plate that goes onto the belly of the E-Ride Pro. I'm gonna do that. I'm not doing the harness, but I'm doing the wiring into existing harness. I hope it might help me out. Again, I will be putting out 350 amps. I will probably, most likely, definitely go with a battery that's well, I mean, I'm gonna rock this battery until I can. If you know, the warranty is for 1 year or 2,000 miles with E-Ride Pro. So if that battery goes out of warranty, I'll definitely go with different battery and you know, rock that new system. And then I will wire the entire system, trying not to remove the original harness from E-Ride Pro. So again, battery will be either build up or build from scratch. So what I can do is, since this battery has 40 amp hours, I can remove the BMS and I can build additional 20 amp hour from E50 Samsung battery, 21700, all the way up to 60 amp hours. If I can do that, I'll do that. If I have to purchase a different battery, I will do that. That would allow me to have a different controller, and we'll go from there. We'll also have to deal with the controller, because the current controller with E-Ride Pro is not compatible with any other battery, because it's got its own harness and all that bullshit. So currently, to my knowledge, to my understanding, E-Ride Pro controller is going to go out the window. If it's good, I'll sell it out. If it's not, get rid of it. And of course, aftermarket battery, I could use the original battery if it's still working, because it's so iffy, so, you know, triggy. It's like, it's too hot, you can't charge it. Too cold, you can't charge it. It's bullshit. I don't like a battery like that. I've run you know, a regular battery on my Enduro, and I never had a problem. I never overheated. I had BMS you know, discharge me, shut me down because of the you know, abuse on the battery. You can see my videos. It had happened a couple of times, nothing major, but I was able to always, you know, come off the ride, plug it in, and charge it. So with this battery from E-Ride Pro, it is so sensitive, so tweaky, it's not even funny. So the goal is to get rid of the battery, get rid of the controller, do my entire own system, where every season I have, I plug in the system, I turn the key, and I'm out. Okay? I have my little baby boy, and I'm gonna let him go sit down. And guys, make sure you subscribe, you share, you like, and hopefully this explained the entire situation, what had happened with my Enduro and E-Ride Pro. Two different beasts. Until then, make sure you like, share, subscribe.